All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. Now, Charles Oliveira is the champion, right? Now, I just got done. I've been talking about this a lot in like my live streams. I realize like my live streams are so long that in a lot of cases I'll talk about something a few times and I'm just kind of like, oh, I can't do a video about that. I've already talked about it. But in reality, it's like 45 minutes into an hour and a half long live. So there's no reason why I should assume regular viewers have all seen it. And this is a really important point that I want to make about Charles Oliveira and Khabib and the potential for them to fight each other. Because here's the deal. There is a direct line to Charles Oliveira fighting Khabib. Now, I'm certainly not saying that this will happen or that the people who would need to commit in the way that they would need to commit would be willing to do it. And I'm not even suggesting that they should. I just talked about this last night on the live stream, and the responses I got were like, okay, so this kind of thing seems obvious to me, but maybe it's not so obvious. So I'll just put it out there in the ether and like at least people can think about it. You know what I mean? And again, I am not suggesting anyone do this. It's just like, is there a scenario where Khabib would come back and fight Charles? Given that Khabib retired without having beat Charles. He beat everybody else. You know, you want to talk about the GOAT fight. You want to talk about the GOAT fight? How about that right there? How about Khabib comes back? Let's say Charles beats Gaethje, maybe beats one more comer. Well, I can tell you exactly who the comer would need to be in order for this to happen. So let's say he beats Gaethje, he beats Islam Makhachev, and then Khabib comes back. If Khabib wins that fight, I mean, that's one of those things. Like, we'll talk all about it, okay? Because we're going to talk about Khabib as the GOAT and all that stuff, right? So here's the deal, right? So basically, Khabib is retired, and he has settled into that role, right? It would need to be something that would need to jolt him out of the position that he's in to make him want to fight. And it would have to be something where he felt obligated to do it, you know? Like, I feel, and I'm not even saying, like, let me just actually say this. Maybe on his own, he would want to just come back, right? Like, so I'm not saying, like, I'm in his head like that. Like, maybe he just would decide he wants to come back and fight. But I'm saying that there is a way to jolt him into that position where he feels like he has to, right? And basically, I'll just lay it out, okay? What would need to happen for this to happen, and I don't think Charles would do it, to be perfectly honest with you, but what would need to happen is Charles would need to beat Gaethje, which is a tall order in and of itself, but then Islam needs to beat Dariush, and then Islam needs to be the next contender, okay? And in the buildup, Charles would need to be tremendously disrespectful. Like, not disrespectful like Conor, you know, like screaming and yelling, but I'm talking like disrespectful in a way that had more impact, where he was challenging Makhachev, challenging Khabib, and challenging the legacy of his dad publicly, you know? We're like, you know, and again, I'm not suggesting that he does this. I'm not saying that I would even, like, if I was someone's manager, I'm not even telling them I'm not even saying I would even tell them to do this. I'm just saying that this possibility exists, right? So if he went about it in that capacity, right, where he basically tied his fight with Islam Makhachev to Khabib's father's legacy, where this was what he wanted. Like, now Islam has the opportunity to go become the champion and solidify Abdulmanov's vision of his training, where Islam takes over for Khabib and whatever. And Charles directly challenges that, and he says he's going to take that from you. He's going to take it from Khabib. Like, this whole thing is about taking that from Khabib. You know, taking it away from Islam, but mostly taking it away from Khabib and taking it away from his dad, something like that, right? And then he has to beat Islam Makhachev, and then he would need to say something about that again in the microphone and say directly, the only way Khabib's going to ever be able to, like, defend the honor of his family is for him to come back and try to take it from me himself. It's hard for me to even, like, do this. Like, you know, the one with Dustin, where I was talking about what he should have done with Conor, I can say that stuff word for word. This is exactly what he should have said. But I honestly don't even feel comfortable saying the things that I think would be necessary in order to get Khabib to come back out. Because I'm telling you, without a doubt, you could get him out. But I don't even feel comfortable even saying them, like, on, like, a speculative video. But like I said last night, Charles likes Gucci a lot. You have any idea how much money he would make if he was able to secure a out of retirement fight with Khabib? It's hard to even try to estimate, because it would sell that. I mean, it would be one of the biggest fights in the history of combat sports. And people do crazy stuff for money, dude. Like, People do crazy things for money. I don't, like, that's the kind of thing I honestly don't think I'd be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it with a straight face. But let's say he did do it, right? Let's say that he did it. Just directly challenged Khabib's family legacy, smashed Islam, and was super disrespectful afterwards. And then Khabib was like I don't think, like, you think about all the things that Khabib has said about him, about, you know, Dagestani culture. Growing up, if someone calls you out, you have to fight. You have to fight. Now, I don't think that anyone else would be in a position to call Khabib out that would trigger that instinct that he has from every moment growing up in Dagestan, everything that he believes, where if someone challenges you, you have to respond. Because everybody's they're just talking. You know what I mean? Like, there's no real challenge there. He's already walked through everyone, right? He beat every person. He lost one round ever, and it's not even a real lost round. The third round in the Conor fight. A fight that he completely dominated, and he took one rest round where he intentionally just kind of stood with Conor when he wasn't that dangerous, and, you know, Conor got a little bit of the better of him in that, but that wasn't like, he never got hurt, he was never in trouble. So as far as I'm concerned, he won every single fight without losing a round, you know. So you would have to be in a very unique situation to be able to challenge him in a way where that challenge is legitimate, and this is that, you know. And in all honesty, he might not even have to do the thing with his dad. He might just be able to beat Islam and then directly call Khabib out and say he's scared. Be like, I took this from you. I want you to understand that tonight I didn't beat Islam Makhachev. I beat you, Khabib. You were fighting me through your protege. I beat you tonight. And the only way that you can undo this is for you to come try to take it yourself. Unless you're scared, which I understand. I would understand if you were scared, you know. But the situation is what it is. You just lost your first fight tonight. You had someone else fight your fight. And I beat that person, you know. So if you want to come try to remedy that, come get it. And just fucking imagine that fight, dude. Now, I would not want to be Charles on the wrong end of that, dude. Because I think Charles has a chance of beating Khabib in a similar way to how he beat Dustin, where, like, you know, he gets some kind of entrance to where he gets on Khabib's back. That's the only thing I can really think of. Because he got on Chandler's back too, dude. Chandler's an incredible grappler. He got on Chandler's back. Chandler had an incredible escape. But, like, the bottom line is he can get it back. And, of course, if he can get on Khabib's back, he could choke him. But the other thing, where most people wouldn't take him down, you know, like, they don't want to take him down and get into his guard. Dude, you do, as much as you don't want to be in Charles's guard, you really don't want Khabib in your guard. Like that, you really don't want that. He'll smash his face in, dude. He'll smash his fucking face in. And Khabib could take Charles back and choke him. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is what I do, dude. I just fantasize about things. I just fantasize. And again, this is why, like, my ideal position, no, I mean, like, I could do anything in these organizations, but my ideal position is this. It's like, let me build stories. Like, and if we have to do it in a way where with this one, it wouldn't work. You can't get Khabib in on it because he's not going to participate unless you force him. But, like, building stories around fights that we could sell. I mean, it would be such a tremendous asset to the organization if you have someone doing that and you just get the guys to play along. It doesn't take a lot of participation to build really strong narratives. Like, you don't always have to have this level of opportunity coming into it. You know what I mean? But anyway, if Khabib won that fight, though, try to argue against him being the GOAT. Seriously. Like, imagine if he came back and he just eviscerated Charles. Like, beat the fuck out of him. You would just, like, that would be the most solidifying moment of who the GOAT is ever. Right there. He waits to, Charles vanquishes everybody, and then Khabib comes back after 2 years, 3 years off, and he just fucking smashes Charles. You're like, okay, that's that. That, as they say, is that. He's the GOAT, man. So I hope that happens. But yeah. Anyway, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell.